Jersey, we don't need a governor who puts party and ideology ahead of the people that elected that governor. You deserve a governor who's going to think for herself and work for you. A governor who will create jobs and not cut them. A governor who will lower costs and not raise them. A governor who will bring people together and not divide them. A governor who will do right for the people of New Jersey no matter what anybody in Washington thinks. You deserve a governor like Mikey Sherrill.
This election cycle in New Jersey was an absolute shock to the system, and for Donald Trump, the surprise must have been almost cinematic. Instead of the applause he's used to, Trump saw a reality check coming hard and fast from the voters of the Garden State. What's driving this? Let's look at the numbers and the stories, because they are painting a picture that's impossible for anyone, especially the president, to ignore. Early voting numbers from Democratic voters in New Jersey have been sky high, sending a very loud signal. People are not happy with Trump's recent antics. But it's not just Democrats. Independent voters in the state are fed up, too, especially after learning about Trump's extravagant Great Gatsby-themed parties, and his preference for mingling under gold chandeliers in ballrooms, while regular Americans are struggling to make ends meet. People notice these things, even more so when their own SNAP benefits have been cut, making it harder for families to put food on the table. America, it's clear that these gestures and displays of wealth do not impress everyone, particularly not those grappling with economic issues every day. Trump's glitzy events and dramatic gestures, whether triumphal arches or targeting health care access for millions, seem out of touch with what people care about most. Instead of addressing the issues, such as inflation, cost of living, and the real pain experienced by American families, his focus remains elsewhere. And voters noticed. Even more troubling, New Jersey voters were visibly upset by Trump's recent comments on 60 Minutes, advocating for ICE agents not to hold back from harsh actions, leading to serious concerns, including disappearances of people, even American citizens. These sorts of statements don't go over well in a state where diversity and inclusion matter. They show just how far Trump's priorities diverge from those of everyday working families. If you look at the early voting numbers in New Jersey, the contrast is stark and telling. By day 8, the gap between Democratic voters and Republican ones is really telling. It's like a purple line shooting up, showing a 14% lead for Democrats in early in-person votes. Clearly, the early voting wasn't friendly to the Republicans in New Jersey at all. This isn't speculation, it's a clear indication of how the electorate is shifting and what kinds of values people are defending. The weekend brought a big moment for Democrats. Former President Barack Obama came to New Jersey to rally support alongside Mikey Sherrill, the Democratic candidate for governor. Obama wasn't just there for a photo op, he brought the energy and gave a speech that inspired many. On the other side, MAGA Republican candidate Jack Ciattarelli continues to champion Trump, believing he deserves an A or even an A+ for his performance so far. Yet the consequences of this endorsement are clear, as Ciattarelli stands by Trump's decisions that threaten jobs and crucial projects like the tunnel work so vital to the state's infrastructure. At the end of the day, voters can see the difference between real leadership and blind loyalty. The data gets even more revealing for Trump. So over the weekend, the latest data revealed that Democrats are leading Republicans by 8 points in the race for Congress, showing 50% to 42%. This is actually the biggest lead for either party on the congressional ballot in the NBC News poll since the midterms back in 2018. When you dive into this NBC poll and look at how folks view the Trump administration, or as I like to call it, the regime, it's pretty clear that expectations are running low. Issues like inflation and cost of living, and the middle class, continue to be pain points, with nearly 70% saying Trump's regime has failed to deliver. Independent voters are just as vocal, showing that disappointment with Trump spans across party lines. Meanwhile, Obama's presence in New Jersey was electric. He appeared alongside Mikey Sherrill, a congresswoman, helicopter pilot, and former prosecutor with an impressive background.
Her opponent? Not so much. Mikey's opponent has now run for governor 3 times in a row. I mean, I believe in persistence, but at a certain point. So 3 times in a row. Other 2 times he lost. So this time his strategy is to suck up to the Republicans in Washington. So Donald Trump called Mikey's opponent 100% MAGA. Not a great endorsement. When he was asked to give the Trump administration a grade, Mike, his opponent, said they deserved an A. Don't boo. I mean, I know there's been grade inflation, but really, an A. This is the best we could do. These are the same folks who put secret war plans in a group chat. You don't think there's anything they could be doing better? No room for improvement? Jersey, we don't need a governor who puts party and ideology ahead of the people that elected that governor. You deserve a governor who's going to think for herself and work for you. A governor who will create jobs and not cut them. A governor who will lower costs and not raise them. A governor who will bring people together and not divide them. A governor who will do right for the people of New Jersey no matter what anybody in Washington thinks. You deserve a governor like Mikey Sherrill.
Here's the scene. The crowd is hyped, full of energy, and determined to make their voices count.
Our country and our politics are in a pretty dark place right now. So it is. It is. No, don't worry. It's hard to know where to start because every day this White House offers up a fresh batch of lawlessness and carelessness and mean-spiritedness and just plain old craziness. We've got a president who thinks it's okay to use the Justice Department, just for example, to use the Justice Department to go after his political opponents. And wait. Here's a rule. You can't boo. You got to vote. They won't hear you if you're booing, but they'll hear your vote. So you've got a president who replaces career prosecutors with loyalists who will do his bidding, and now he's telling them to hand over millions of taxpayer dollars that he had to pay in expenses for previously violating the law. We've got a commander-in-chief who has fired decorated military officers because he thinks they might be more loyal to the Constitution than they are to him. Don't boo. He's deployed the National Guard in American cities and claimed to be stopping crime waves that don't actually exist. We got masked ICE agents pulling in unmarked vans and grabbing people off the streets, including U.S. citizens. Don't boo, vote. Grabbing them on the suspicion that they don't look like real Americans. We've got Health and Human Services Secretary who opposes proven science and then peddles quack medicine. We've got a top White House aide who calls Democrats, the whole Democratic Party, domestic extremists. And then we've got some poor labor economist who got fired for accurately reporting bad job numbers that Trump didn't like. It's like every day is Halloween. Except it's all tricks and no treats.
Obama's message is clear. Change only happens when people take action, when they step up and participate in democracy. And his knack for connecting with crowds never fails.
I love you, but hold on. I heard you, girl. Just settle down. I'm here to talk to everybody, not just you. I mean, you look cute. But I am married. Michelle's fine too.
He also delivers a powerful call to action.
We are being tested, and what is remarkable about America is that it gives us the power as citizens to change this country. We all have more power than we sometimes imagine. We just got to use it. So if you believe in that better story of America, you cannot sit this one out. As citizens, you have to vote for leaders like Mikey who believe in that story too. Leaders who care about your freedom. Leaders who will fight for your rights. Leaders who will go work every day to make your life a little bit better. Go get your friends. Grab your family members. Tell them to go out and vote. Because if you do that, New Jersey, if you meet this moment, if you believe change can happen, you will not just elect Mikey Sherrill, your next governor. You will not just put New Jersey on a path to a brighter future. You will set a glorious example for this nation. Let's get to work. Thank you, Newark. God bless you. God bless America.
Mikey Sherrill's journey is truly inspiring. She's not just talking, a former Navy helicopter pilot, law school grad, federal prosecutor, mom of 4, now a leader who's ready to act and fight for working families. She's fighting for real people.
So here's what I'll do. On day 1, I'm declaring a state of emergency on utility hikes. I'll freeze those rate hikes to lower your family's bills. New Jersey, I am not playing. I am not writing a strongly worded letter. I am not starting up a working group. I'm not doing a 10-year study. I am declaring a state of emergency. So I'm fighting. I'm fighting for Chuck, a small business owner in Gloucester, getting crushed by tariffs. I'm fighting for Karina, a single mom here in Newark, who isn't sure if she can afford to stay and raise her son in New Jersey. I'm fighting for Bob, a lot of us. I'm fighting for Bob, a veteran, and Kate May, who's worried about his data privacy. I'm fighting for Regina in Trenton, who lost her son Trayvon to gun violence. And I'm fighting for Sequoia in Jersey City, who pays 70% of her income in rent and can't get ahead. That's why I'm going to work every day as your governor, to make sure you can afford to stay right here in New Jersey.
Meanwhile, MAGA candidate Jack Ciattarelli continues to rubber stamp Trump's every move, giving the president top marks even as job opportunities and vital infrastructure projects are threatened.
What grade would you give President Trump for his second term?
Right now, I'd certainly give the president an A. I think he's right about everything that he's doing.
It's wild how fiercely some politicians defend Trump, even when those choices hurt folks locally. Ciattarelli insists Trump is playing hardball when it comes to pulling the plug on the Gateway Tunnel project, a move that could kill tens of thousands of jobs. He's convinced that Trump is negotiating tough, but will come through for New Jersey.
So when President Trump says it's terminated, do you think that's not true?
I think he's playing hardball negotiations. But as governor of New Jersey, I'm going to do right by the state. And by the way, it's important for the governor of New Jersey to have a relationship with the president. I do, and we'll get things done for New Jersey.
Have you talked to him about this project yet?
I have.
And what was that conversation? How did that go?
He understands it's important to the region.
And did he commit to the federal government's part in it?
He understands it's important to the region.
What does that mean?
He understands it's a very important project to the region.
Did you get a commitment?
How you doing, Laura?
You're not going to tell me about your conversation with the president. That's okay. If the federal government did not come through on that, what do you do then?
I don't anticipate the federal government not coming through on that project. It's the quintessential federal infrastructure project. It's critically important to the region. It's critically important to the region's economy. And this region's economy is critically important to the national economy. That project's going to get done.
At the same time, Democratic registration is surging in New York City, up more than 146,000 since February. This grassroots momentum, the so-called Mom Donnie effect, is a sign that more and more voters are waking up to the impacts of Trump's policies on everyday folks. And there's another layer to all this. As Catherine Rampell highlighted, the USDA recently ordered grocery stores to stop offering special discounts to families impacted by SNAP issues, threatening them if they kept helping out. This hits struggling families especially hard, making it clearer than ever that the government's handling of SNAP funding shows a real disconnect from voters' needs. So what do you make of this shift in voter energy, priorities, and leadership styles? Are Trump celebrations and gestures helping Americans, or is action-driven leadership the path forward? Let's keep the conversation going. If you found this breakdown enlightening, and you want more truth and real analysis amidst confusing headlines, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for alerts, and join the comment section below.